The nuclear or elementary family has represented both the norm and ideal in Western cultures since the early 20th century. It is a term used to describe a family group consisting of a man, a woman, and their children, ideally 2 or 3, living in the same household. Despite this representing the ideal family, the number of traditionally nuclear families has been declining. In 2000, nuclear families with the original biological parents made up only 24.1% of American households, compared with the 40.3% in 1970. In Australia today, nearly 1 in 3 children live in a step, blended, or single-parent family. This shows that the nuclear family is no longer an adequate way of viewing the diversity of families and household arrangements. Because of this, the idea of a postmodern family has emerged to include single-parent, same-sex, and blended families.
The changing nature of family structures has increasingly seen the emergence of single-parent families, particularly in Western countries from the 1970s onwards. Single-parent families can result from a range of reasons, including the death of one spouse, marriage or relationship breakdown, or births to unmarried women. Whilst there are plenty of single-parent families headed by the father figure, statistics show that in 2012, 84% of Australian single-parent families were led by women. In June 2012, there were 641,000 single-parent families with dependents, and in 50% of these single-parent families, the age of the youngest child was between 0 and 9 years old.
Marriage, cohabitation and divorce. In Western countries, particularly Australia, changes are challenging the dominance of a conventional family. Couples are marrying at a later age. In 1975, the median age at first marriage was 23.4 for males and 21 for females. However, by 2007, this had increased to 29.6 for males and 27.6 for females. Cohabitation in de facto relationships by couples who are not legally married has increasingly become a form of preparation for marriage. In 2009 and 2010, 22% of people aged 20 to 29 were in de facto relationships, doubling the 10% in 1992.
Same-sex or families of choices.
In recent years, Australian federal, state and territory governments have placed same-sex couples on the same legal basis as opposite-sex de facto couples. Same-sex couples have access to family courts to settle separation disputes. Although there are ongoing debates surrounding gay marriages in Australia and around the world, the number of same-sex couples are increasing in Australia. Same-sex couples accounted for about 0.7% in 2011 of all couple families, while in 1996 it comprised of only 0.3%. About 12% of those same-sex couples have children of any age living with them. This is seen to be more predominant in female couples. These children are either adopted or conceived with the aid of reproductive technology or through means of fostering. These families of choice, to an extent, influence choices in heterosexual family life. It can influence how they relate to their children, how intimate their relationships are maintained, or how they parent their children, if they choose to parent their children at all.